Hey guys, Sue's here. Today I'm actually doing a group collaboration with two other lovely ladies here on YouTube who are going to be showcasing some of their Valentine's Day decor. And for me, this is the first year I've ever even decorated for Valentine's Day, so I kind of have a hodgepodge of stuff here and there, but I thought it would be even better to bring you a simple DIY using something I picked up at the Dollar Tree last week. If you saw my haul, I'll actually link it up above somewhere. You can go check that out. Actually using a sign that I picked up there. So we're going to transform this into a trendy little piece of Valentine's Day decor. So if you want to see how we do it, stick around. So to get started, I just gathered some basic supplies that I actually already had around the house. Some wax paper, some tacky glue, you could use regular Elmer's, some mixed acrylic paints, paper towels, paper plates, assorted paintbrushes and sponges, and of course our sign. Now I'm just going to cover my workspace with the wax paper and put my sign down in the middle of it. I'm going to turn it upside down so I can paint the back, sides, and insides of the sign first. To do this, I'm going to use just some, this is actually wicker white, just plain acrylic paints. And I use a combination of the sponge and a smaller paintbrush to just get full coverage of my sign. And the sponge, because of the size of it, worked really well to quickly cover the surface on the back of the sign, and then I just went in with the smaller paintbrush to really get the inside. Once you have that done, you'll set it to the side and let it dry all the way. Now I am taking another paintbrush and some red, this is cardinal red acrylic paint, and I am just carefully covering just the very top of my sign. This is going to be a base color that's going to show through what we do later to make that crackle effect on our sign. And for this part, you do want to let this dry overnight, or you could use a hair dryer on a low setting, but you do need this to be dried thoroughly before you move on to the next step. For this next step, I'm using the tacky glue. You can see here how thick it is, and squeezing a generous amount of it onto a paper plate. We're going to use this to paint onto our sign. You could also use Elmer's glue or any white school glue that goes on thick and white and dries clear. You want to work really quick on this part, and for the effect I'm going for, I'm making sure to cover this with nice thick brush strokes of the tacky glue. You could also use a crackle medium for this, but I just wanted to use items I had laying around the house to make this really accessible for anybody. Once you have that done, you're very quickly going to move on to the next step, especially if you use the actual tacky glue, as it dries pretty quick. Now I'm going to take that same wicker white paint that I painted the rest of the sign with, and I am going to mix it, as it has been sitting around the house, so it's kind of liquidy in places and thicker in others. And then I'm actually going to take a sponge again to quickly paint over all of that tacky glue. And for this, you do want to move really quick and kind of from the corners of your piece downwards, so that you're not really covering the same space over and over, because the crackle effect will start to take place immediately, and you don't want to accidentally cover any of those cracks that you're trying to create. So for the E and the L on the sign, I cover those kind of more with brush strokes, as you can see here. And for the O and the V, I did more of this stippling effect. And when you see the end result, you'll see that that affects the types of cracks that you get as well. Once you have this part done, you're going to let this dry overnight. When you wake up, here's your surprise, a nice and beautiful piece of Valentine's Day decor So simple, guys, made with just stuff laying around the house. You can hang it up just as is. You don't need to spray a sealant or anything on it, and that just keeps the distressed look. Guys, if you liked this DIY Valentine's Day decor, give me a thumbs up. Hopefully you'll subscribe and stick around. I'd love to have you join my channel. Comment down below if you have any other DIY ideas for this Valentine's Day. I love making crafts at home. And again, make sure you check out the other ladies' channels linked down below. I can't wait to see what they came up with for Valentine's Day. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Bye.